Touch the leg and hello to everyone. Today we're going to look at the lesson called Subject and Verb Agreement as written here. And we have already watched the basic agreement that takes place between a subject and verb in the previous lesson. So this one will go into a little deeper. So there are sentences here on your screen. If I read it, Tenzin and I am a good friends. Tershi like to read stories. So we have two sentences here, and in both sentences there are some incorrect spelling, words, or any other grammatical things. So pause the video and think of the incorrect things here. All right, there we go. Now, Tenzin and I are good friends. So we say are because Tenzin and I, right? Tenzin and I, and is joining Tenzin and I, which makes it plural subject. Therefore, we use plural verb are. Tenzin and I are and good friends, not a good friends, because means one, friends means more than one, right? Good friends, and there is a full stop. We should put full stop whenever a sentence is finished. Second one, Tershi likes to read stories. Now, Tershi, the first letter is capital. Why? Because Tershi is someone's name and it's the first letter of the sentence. Secondly, likes. There is an S, as you can see after the word like, because S in verb stands for singular. So, Tershi is singular. One boy, perhaps he likes to read stories. So you have to be careful here, okay? Now, as we discussed, that agreement simply means that both parties agree to a certain point, right? Or like two parts are getting along very well. Now, for example, do we? I guess all of us agree that Tibet should get its freedom and autonomy from China, isn't it? Children agreeing to their parents, teachers agreeing with their students, boys agreeing with girls, and subject agreeing with verb. So whenever there is this agreement, something better happens. So subject agreeing with verb here means that one dog, if the subject is singular, verb should be singular. Okay, verb usually comes right after the subject. So one dog is sitting on the grass, two dogs are sitting on the grass. So this is quite easy, right? One dog means is, as I said, s is there, singular. Two dogs, plural, so r is for plural, right? For example, Tershi and Thundup are good friends. Okay, he is a good boy. Likewise, there's an example here. Now, what is a subject? We already discussed this. So subject usually is a noun and it's a doer of an action. So doer means when someone is doing something, is called doer. Right? For example, if you're performing something, now we call that agent as well, and subjects can be countable and uncountable same time. So when the subject is countable, it can be either plural or singular. Now if the subject is singular, like Dolma, we use singular verb as well to show the agreement. Dolma has a big red house and she wants to sell the house. So you see the underscore underlined words are singular verb. So Dolma has, not Dolma have, okay? She wants, not she want. Tenzin has, Tenzin is. Dolma needs 1 lakh, so she agrees to sell house to Tenzin. So you see, whenever we are using present tense verb, and if the subject is singular, we should use singular verb as well. And most always, the last letter of singular present verb is S. Okay, without a doubt. Now, if the subject is plural, like they have a huge red house and they want to sell the house. So you see here that we are using have and want. There's no S after the verb because these are plural present tense verb. Okay, and we should also know the okay, so everything depends on the subject. If the subject is singular, verb will be singular. If a subject is plural, verb must be plural. So you see, singular subject takes a singular verb. The bird, there's only one bird in the picture, right? So sings, S is there, singular. Plural subject takes a plural verb. The birds, two birds are there, sing, there's no S. Okay, it's the opposite. Okay, when we form noun plural we add s, but when we form verb singular we add s. So this is the opposite things that happen here. Now this is there's another example. The dog chases the cat, right? The dog, there's only one dog, so chases the cat. The dogs, because there are more than one, chase the cat. So when there is plural, okay, when the verb is plural, there's no s, but when the noun is plural, there is an s. Okay, that's the trick here. You should learn this, you should practice it, and then only it will become an easy thing, right? You'll get used to it. Now, if we look at the pronouns, there are only 7 pronouns in English language, 7 major pronouns, okay? Subject pronoun. There are other pronouns as well, like object pronoun is there, reflexive pronouns are there, but then subject pronoun, if you know this, you can study the others easily. And out of this, there are only 3 singular subject pronouns which are in third person. Okay, he, she, it, as you can see in the last row, only these 3 are considered singular because they take singular verb. Okay, I, you, they take plural verb, so it's not important. So I, you, we, they, these 4 are plural, okay, because they take plural verb. And he, she, it, these 3, because they take singular verb, these are considered singular. Remember that only 7 are there, and out of 7, 3 are singular and the rest are plural. So there are some examples. You can pause the video and read the examples. Okay, now when we, as I said, that when the verb is simple present tense, we add s. Okay, if it is singular. So how do we spell it properly? Now we add only s. For example, live will become lives, sit will become sits, stay will become stays. But if the consonant is if the end letter is a consonant plus y, okay, then y is changed normally into I, and then we add es. For example, try. So there is y, and before that we have r, which is a consonant, which is not vowel. So y will be replaced by I and then es. Tries. Carry will become carries. And words ending with s, z, ch, or z, we add es. Miss, misses. Bus, buses. Catch, catches. Fix, fixes. Okay, and then there are some exceptions, which is go will become goes and do will become does. For example, I go, we go, but he goes. She does, we do, they do. So remember that. Now this is your work. Every student will note this exercise down and fill the blanks, and as they are part of homework. Now, apart from the regular subjects, there are some words which determine the subject. Is like word there. So don't get confused with this word there. There doesn't have any form. It's neither singular nor plural. Okay, it depends on what comes next. So there is and there are, both can be possible. But how? Right after is and are, there will be a noun, and depending on that noun, we use plural and subject verb, plural and singular verb. Sorry. So there is a boy. A boy, only one, so we use there is. There are boys. Because of boys, we use are. Now there is same. It can either have is and or are. Doesn't matter. All that matter is what the noun is, which comes right after the verb that is next to the word there. Second one is this word called this. Now this means one, so this is a book. These means more than one, so these are books. And the far definition is this will become that, both are singular, and these will become those, and these are both plural. Okay, I hope you get this point. This lana, in Tibetan we can also convert this lana di, that lana the. Di lade dinso. These means dinso. That those lana the pajo pagya dinso la. So when you show something which is far away, we use that and those, and when things are near with you, we use this and these. So remember that. Okay, so we also have some helping verbs here, and helping verbs changes like I don't, but he doesn't. So we know three pronouns are singular: he, she, it. So every time you use he, she, it, we don't use do, we use does. Okay, he doesn't like you, he doesn't like you, I don't like you. She has a pen, they have a herd of sheep. I was studying English, but you were studying Chinese here. Now here, I is considered singular. Okay, I is an exception there. Tenzin is a good boy. One of my friends is in Delhi. Now, one of my friends is in Delhi. You might think that friends is the main subject, but no. Our main subject is one. So we're talking about only one of your friend, therefore we use is. Then Tibet and China. These two nouns are connected with the word and, which makes it plural. So Tibet and China are not in agreement, and you are a student. So with helping verbs, be careful. If the subject is he, she, it, we use singular verb which normally have s after it, like does, has, is, was. Okay, and plural verb is the regular form: do, have, are, and then. Now extra learning: every and each, both these pronoun are singular subjects. Both and all are plural subject. For example, one of the student is absent. We already discussed this, right? We're not talking about students, we're talking about one of them. Okay, there are some rules like the pronouns like each, everyone, either, neither are singular always. The nouns like news, economics, physics, measles, etc. are singular, although the last letter is s. It is like boy and boys, but it's news is not plural. Okay, economics is not plural, physics is not plural. These are just the basic spelling of the noun. And words which are joined by the phrase like as well as, Dolma as well as Tershi is. Okay, and when we use phrase like in addition to, with, rather than, they don't usually affect means change the verb. So we use what the first subject is. Okay, we use the verb depending on what the first subject is. If the first subject is singular, it takes a singular verb. If the first subject is plural, it takes the plural verb. For example, either Tenzin or Tashi is responsible for this destruction. So either Tenzin or Tashi, we're only talking about one here. Either means singular, so is used. Neither he nor you are connected to the class. Now, neither he, although neither is considered singular, but the last subject, which is you, therefore we use are over here. I hope you get these points, and I'll be sharing an exercise form, and everyone has to fill it and share it back to me as a part of your homework of today's class. If there's any question, feel free to ask. Thank you.